Bob Butler, who was the assistant director, became a director himself, and he was directing an episode of Twilight Zone, a two-character drama, and one was a Japanese American character, and he called me in. I didn't even have to audition. Bob Butler wanted me. That was such a flattering thing, because when you're a young actor, you go to auditions and you compete with everybody else. But I knew the director of the piece, and he wanted me. It was entitled Encounter. Um, uh, the other character was played by Neville Brand, who's also another wonderful actor that I saw on Playhouse 90 long before I appeared in it. He always turns in wonderful performances, and to have the opportunity to work with him was fantastic. This particular episode, however, gained some kind of notoriety because it's Twilight Zone, and uh, the story was about a young Japanese American gardener and a veteran of the Second World War. I come to work on his yard on a lazy Saturday afternoon. His family seems to be away, and he's up in the attic rummaging through all the debris that collects in an attic. And he invites me up to share a beer with him, and we start talking. And from that conversation, and then amongst his memorabilia is a Japanese samurai sword that he took off of a Japanese soldier somewhere in the South Pacific. And from that, the story goes into the Twilight Zone, and he starts uh, hallucinating or imagining, his experience during the war and how he got that sword. And my character goes into his fantasy and imagines his father who's also a Japanese American, who signaled the Japanese planes that bombed Pearl Harbor. And of course, nothing like that ever happened factually. But this is Twilight Zone. It's not a fact-based TV series, but because it dealt with um, this fantasy sequence dealt with this young man's father who was a Japanese American who signaled Japanese planes that bombed Pearl Harbor. It became something of it roused a little controversy with particularly Japanese American and Asian American civil liberties groups and advocacy groups. And so for that reason, uh, CBS pulled uh, that episode. And it has a unique distinction of being the only Twilight Zone series that was aired only once. It's never been re-aired. It's never enjoyed a rerun. And shucks darn, I missed out on my residuals on that one.